control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one golded. 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 Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it.
Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. And Stroud now to throw. And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the first down. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield. Hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised as we just saw there.
Stroud looking to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by David Ojabo. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Giants will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
You look at this Baltimore defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Play action. Stroud now. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. Touchdown, Giants. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Well, so much for a little 5-yard pass play to your tight end. They made him a deep ball threat there, and it worked out.
Times have changed, haven't they? Those used to be plays that we would clip and save because you didn't see it very often. Big tight end, deep downfield catching a pass. Now it's almost standard. That's a big part of everyone's offense. Get it to those guys because they're not just tight ends anymore. They're athletes.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
In motion left, Flowers. Play action. Now Jackson. That one in, and it's a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here we go. South.
Stroud. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Here's Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Bates' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And we will not... Turn. They'll bring this to the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4. In motion left, Flowers. They go play action now. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. You talk about this Giant defense. Now they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Stroud. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing now is Stroud. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. David Ojabo running in to take him down. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he's putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Ready.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Throwing is Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And the slot man goes in motion left. To throw is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And his offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good, and that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Jackson now. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. George Pickens, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
A quick throw to Odunze on the RPO. Just a gain of a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The Giants on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Bates' kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Ravens coming in looking for win number 6 on the year. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's Jackson to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Flowers. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Jackson will throw again. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Here's Jackson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The sack cost him only a yard. It's second and 11. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Stroud out of the gun here. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Looking to throw. Stroud. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go to the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Bates' kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They go play action with Jackson. Here's a diving catch right side. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Jackson. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Giants are going to take over here up near the 40. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done.
It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jackson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is fielded at the 27. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Throw right side, taken in by Odunze. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
3rd and 4.
Oh, and
And Stroud now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Slot man moves right. Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
here we go. Hey, south.
Here's Stroud. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Rome Odunze from 4 yards out. And the Giants will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Jackson from the shotgun. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
The slot man in motion right. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And Jackson going to have the 1st down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains. Throwing is Jackson. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Flush to his right. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Right side, there's Likely with it. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
To throw is Jackson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
On the quick, right? Go, go, go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
41 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
CD, fourth quarter, you're still above 3 minutes remaining, but right now running the football is a pretty good idea to work that clock, right?
It certainly is, because your team is strong right now, and you can feel the defense fading a little bit. Their goal, continue to run it this effectively, call victory formation as the clock winds down, and end the ball game and move on to the next opponent.
Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Stroud. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Jackson now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here it is, 4th and inches.
180.
And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now they try the right side here. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up
touchdown! George Kittle, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Giants look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
From the gun, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Crossing route, he finds Likely. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on all their throws.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants.